guys, it's Miss Schneider here, and as you can see, I'm reporting live from Hogwarts. Pretty cool, right? Today, we're actually going to talk about Hogwarts. We're going to talk about a character from Harry Potter, actually. We are going to talk about Professor Snape. And what better way to talk about him than actually being at the school that he taught at? Cool, right? All right, so for those of you that have not read Harry Potter, I know you're probably sitting there thinking to yourself, wow, I have no idea what's going on, so I'm just gonna sit here and listen, and don't worry, okay? I'm gonna tell you who Professor Snape is, and we're gonna talk through this, okay? So before we start, let's talk about who Professor Snape is. Professor Snape is actually a professor, or he was a professor at Hogwarts. He was Harry Potter's professor. He taught the dark arts. Crazy, right? He was also a student at the same time that Harry's mom and dad were students at Hogwarts as well. So they kind of play a certain role together, which is kind of cool. Now, Professor Snape has never been a very kind person. He's been a kind person to Harry, sorry. He's been kind of cruel and just downright unkind to him throughout the whole series. However, he's more of a complicated character. He kind of has a complicated past. His character shows bad traits in small ways, yet better traits in bigger ways. So really, he's just a little bit flawed. Now, reading these books and watching these movies all made me think about how you have to be willing to reserve judgment about a character. When I first started watching this series, I just kind of thought he was evil. I thought he was the evil character and he was just out to get Harry, and that Harry would just never win when it came to Professor Snape. But I learned in the end that that wasn't the case at all. Professor Snape was actually looking out for Harry. So today I want you to think about and consider this question, and I want you to consider this about the characters in the books that you're reading, okay? So that includes like Harvey and the Thief of Always, or any of the book club books that you're reading. I'm gonna read this question to you. Are you ready? What can we learn about characters if we study them over time, diving deeper into how they were made, their motivations, and their actions? It's pretty deep, right? It gets you thinking, a character does take time to develop. It's like getting to know a person. You don't know everything about somebody the first time that you meet them. It takes some getting used to and understanding who they are, right? Okay, so let's jump right in. I want you to pause the video right now. Pause the video, and I want you to go watch the 2 video links that your teacher posted, okay? These 2 video links are about Professor Snape and his memories. So once you've watched those, then I want you to come back, okay? Come back and press play. All right, see you soon. Okay, welcome back. So from watching those 2 short clips, you're taking down memory lane. Professor Snape's memories, to be exact. These clips show a scene where Harry goes and he dumps Professor Snape's memories so that he can watch them. We see Snape as a young boy trying to make friends and then being bullied at the same time. The question you probably asked yourself is, well, what are these character traits that I'm seeing in him? Some might say that a character trait for him was that he's lonely. I mean, you could tell that at the beginning of the first clip, he was a little bit lonely. He was really excited to make a new friend. When he was at school, he was bullied, and his new friend you could tell she kind of felt bad, but she didn't really want to be around him a lot. But then also another character trait you could see in him was that he was imaginative, because he was able to send a butterfly to make friends with Lily. You could also say he's compassionate, because he was so upset at the end of both of those clips. He was so upset when he lost his friend Lily, and that little baby, that was Harry Potter. So the woman that Professor Snape was crying over was Harry Potter's mom. Now I want you to take it to the next level. I want you to think about and gather clues about why Snape was the way he was. Okay, there's a reason why he is the way he is. Okay, there's certain pieces of evidence throughout the series that will tell you or show you that he is that way. Especially towards Harry, because he was very cruel to Harry at the beginning. Why do you think he develops these traits? This is a little bit more difficult because you have to figure out the smallest details about what makes him lonely or unhappy or even cruel. So what I want you to do is I want you to pause this video again. You're going to go and you're going to watch those 2 clips again. Now I know you're like, Miss Shander, come on. No, go watch those 2 videos again. And I want you to look for the smallest details now. Why do you think Professor Snape was the way he was, especially towards Harry? Pause the video and we'll see you in a couple minutes. All right. I watched those 2 videos a few times, and I can infer that Professor Snape is who he is because of what he went through. He was lonely. He wanted to make friends. Then he made friends with a girl, and then he was bullied by that girl's friends, and they didn't really like him all that much, and they were unkind. They were mean to him. So I'm inferring that maybe sometimes that anger was bottled up and taken out on Harry when he was old enough to go to Hogwarts and attend school as well. So we did 2 really important things today. We expected that characters were complicated. I told you that at the beginning of the video. Characters are complicated. It takes a while to get to know them. And then we gathered evidence on those traits. So we figured out characters' traits, and then we gathered evidence on those traits. We dove deeper into understanding why a character is the way he or she is based on their past experiences. Now what I want you to do is I want you to go on to whatever reading platform that you use for your class, whether it's a reading Google Doc or my class uses Padlet, whatever your class uses, and I want you to answer this question. What did you think about the main character of your book club book when you started reading it? And what do you think now? So those 2 questions, kind of one large question. What did you think about your book club book, the character in your book club book when you first started reading about it? And what do you think about them now? Okay, think about the character traits. Think about what makes them who they are. Okay? All right, well, I'm signing off. I'm leaving Hogwarts. Sad, sad day. Well, thanks for tuning in, 5th graders. We'll see you soon.